Welcome back to another amazing episode of Trailer Trashing, the podcast where we watch and make fun of movie trailers. I'm your host, Joey Rinaldi, and joining me as they do every week is our chief editor producer, Charlie Weinshank, and also joining us is the Lord of Funny Town, that is Mr. Derek Blythe.
Vroom, vroom, baby.
Was that a reference?
I'm the Lord of Funny Town.
Every time you say that, I think you're talking about the Lords of Dogtown, which is a skateboard movie.
Yo, I love Lords of Dogtown. That movie's fucking sick. You know this scene when Heath Ledger sings Maggie May? That really touches my heart every time he does it.
Is that in Lords of Dogtown?
Yeah, dude.
I've never seen it. I just know of the movie.
Oh, dude, how'd you bring it up and not even be a seer or swatcher?
I was banking on no one else having seen it.
Oh, dude, it's a classic. I'm not even a skateboard guy. My knowledge of skateboarding is basically Tony Hawk and Lords of Dogtown. Anything past that, maybe Rocket Power. I'll throw Rocket Power in my big knowledge. My knowledge
See,
of Pink.
I know this story because I used to like skateboarding, and when I was like 5 years old, my neighbor told me the story about Lords of Dogtown. I presume she saw the movie, so that's about as far as I go.
Skateboarding's for nerds.
You know what's a lot cooler than skateboarding? Derek, what's a lot cooler than skateboarding?
Driving in a car, vroom, vroom, car, on the road, car, vroom, vroom, cars, driving.
You know,
driving
this is
in
like
a car.
the exact. You know, this is like a song. There is a song exactly
Vroom,
like
vroom
this. I don't know if-
movies.
It's called Sports by the Viagra Boys, and it's basically like if you just replace cars with sports, that's the whole song.
Oh, I was singing Cars by Gary Newman.
I was singing, life is a highway, I will drive it on my something. I don't know the
On
lyrics.
My
lawn.
lawn.
Yeah, on my lawn, life is a lawn blower. I hate myself. What are we doing?
I don't know.
Shout
This
out
is
to
the first time
Rascal
we've
Flatts.
done one of these this early in the morning.
Driving
I think that's
movies.
what's going on.
Driving
We've been
movies.
driving.
We've been doing these at like 10 o'clock at night every week for the last
We're
like
gonna
few months.
put it into
and
fourth gear and drive right into these trailers. And
Yeah.
I don't mean car trailers.
As you can tell, all of our brains are still mush. Every morning
What?
I wake up and I wait for my brain to
Charlie,
harden.
speak for
Speak for
yourself.
yourself.
Derek and I, we're Lightning Speed McQueen. We're driving Soap Op, Mario Kart.
I'm firing
all the way
on
Formula
all
1.
cylinders, and you're running on
You
fumes.
guys got
so
really mad about
with
that
it.
one.
Yeah, you really offended us, dude. Fucking Charlie, you're running on diesel. I'm running on fucking gas, baby.
premium unleaded.
I don't
know
know if
anything
there's
about
like
cars.
a big enough difference between diesel and gas for it to
Oh,
be like
it's a big difference. And you know what
it's
the difference
just
is?
the
It's- it's-
engine.
It's the difference between me and Derek being cool people and you being a
Yeah.
fucking roadie
They'll leave you in the dust.
in the
Oh,
dust.
Freaking nerd.
You're gonna make me edit that out, I bet, huh?
Oh yeah, you don't even know what I'll make you edit in or out. You no good.
You said you didn't
Bowser.
want to say.
Why
more on
are
the
you still
podcast.
addressing it? You just made your editing job harder by keeping
Because
addressing it.
I'm leaving it in.
Don't leave it in, you sick bastard.
Oh man, Twitter's gonna delete you.
Oh man.
Twitter is gonna delete you.
I'm just gonna beep. I'm gonna beep it out. How
So-
about that?
so
It's gonna be
speak-
more
so-
funny
Beep
if I
out.
bleep it out.
So speaking of driving, I was actually driving a lot last night.
Nice.
I'm in Vermont actually right now. I woke up today and I was like, that's it. I'm sick of Well, I woke up yesterday and I was
Woke
like,
up in
that's
Vermont?
it. No, I woke up yesterday and I was like, I'm sick of New York. The city, it's too hustle and bustle for me. I gotta go to the mountains. Called up my cousin Tony, my brother Anthony, and we fled. We fled like leaving New York.
So with Joey and two Tonys driving out of the city.
yeah.
Two Tonys and a Joey walking to a bar.
But I got such bad news. The worst thing ever happened to us today. We brought a bunch of cold cuts and we forgot to put we forgot to put the cold cuts in the fridge. So we woke up this
To
morning
warm
all pumped.
cuts?
We woke up this morning so pumped to
Warm.
eat cold cuts. And we left them out. We left them out of the table.
And
It
now
was-
the warm cuts.
So two
Now the-
Tonys and a Joey wake up in Vermont, ecstatic at the thought of cold cuts, only to find warm cuts that forsaken in the night.
So yeah, now we're
This is their
fucked.
story.
You could have
Yeah.
definitely eaten those, Joey. Those are cured meats. That's like the whole point of these meats being cured is to make them not go bad, like in a
I
night.
hope you didn't throw them out.
Wait,
They're fine.
Wait, we can. They're fine.
Eat them.
They might not be cold.
You
But
can
they're
make them
fine. No,
cold
so-
again.
So if we put them in the fridge, they'll be fine.
They'll be cold. They're
Yo.
fine.
Oh my God, Tony, get the cold cuts, put them in the fridge.
Guys,
right now.
everybody, stop what you're stop the podcast. Everyone, cold cuts. Hey, everybody.
Okay,
It's
while
cold
me,
cuts o'clock.
okay, while me and the two Tonys figure out the Coca situation, let's cut to our first movie trailer.
Oh my
and
God.
Let's watch the movie trailer. The first one we're watching is a Quentin Tarantino slasher driving crazy movie that honestly weirds me out every time I think about it. And it's
I've never
called
seen it. I want to see it.
it's called Death Proof.
Which
Uh,
actually is how we're now describing the cold cuts. They didn't die.
good. I love that.
Roll it.
Have you been following us?
You saw my car, I saw your legs. Now look, I ain't stalking y'all, but I didn't say I wasn't a wolf.
He's got charm.
Is there anybody in this place you could vouch for to give me a ride home?
Fair lady, your chariot awaits.
He's got style.
Do I frighten you? Is it my scar?
It's your car.
And he's got a set of wheels.
Is it safe?
Oh, it's better than safe. It's death proof.
To die for.
Well, Pam, which way you going? Left or right?
Right.
Ah, that's too bad.
Why?
Well, because there was a 50-50 shot on whether you'd be going left or right. But since you're going the other way, I'm afraid you're gonna have to start getting scared immediately.
From Quentin Tarantino, the director of Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, and Kill Bill, comes Death Proof.
This car is 100% death proof. Only to get the benefit of it, honey, you really need to be sitting in my seat.
If he likes the way you move, then he decides
Now I gotta catch me my other girlfriends.
the way you die. His method is brutal. His weapon is speed. But his latest targets are about to fight back.
Let's kill this bastard.
You know I can't let you go.
Quentin Tarantino's Death Proof.
Ladies, that was fun.
A Grindhouse feature.
Wait a second. I just realized something. I left New York to go to Vermont, and who do we get in this movie trailer? The leaving New York guy himself, Kurt Russell.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
he
you
escaped from New
escaped
York
from New
also,
York.
and he became
Yeah.
stuntman Mike. And
Yeah,
started
look-
killing ladies in his car.
Yeah, he began killing ladies. They were hot, they were cute, and it led to their downfall.
They
And
were
that's the
hot,
way
they
the
were
cookie
cute,
crumbles.
They were just all right. They were not so good. They were cute. They were Quentino.
Go on. Go on.
Yeah, Charlie, that was riveting, honestly. That just changed my life.
Quentaronito. I didn't really
He's
get
on
what.
autopilot. Reset him.
That'd be a funny place to, like, lie about. Like, oh, I went to Italy last week. Oh, where'd you go? Quentin Tarantino, Italy?
Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, that's where I went.
Italy.
Yeah. So she had the big old Quentin titties. Oh,
Oh, she's a little cute. She's a little hot. She's a little cute.
No, get off this. We're done with this. I thought we were done with that.
She's a little cute. She's a little hot. Now she's dead and cold.
I got a little bit of
little
sugar
bit-
in me. I'm a little kooky. I'm a little cute,
I'm a little
hot.
kooky, a little crazy, a
I got a little bit of
cuckoo.
Monica in my life.
You know who made that
Rita
video?
in the
You know
sun.
what I'm talking
A
about?
Yeah.
little bit of
right?
butter.
That was Sam Hyde.
Who?
Oh yeah, dude. You can put that in the bin of stuff I don't care about. Oh
Yeah, the bin of stuff
That-
I don't care about.
I made a
Toss
reference
that
to that
in
like,
there, crumple that up, and toss it right in there. Slam dunk.
yeah.
a
Toss
little
it,
cute, a
slam
little hot,
dunk.
a little cute.
God, this is the most free I felt on a podcast in years.
Just reset, Charlie.
Where-
You gotta
where-
hold
where the-
down his left ear, but if you touch his right ear, he'll take a screenshot. Just hold down the left
put-
ear until he resets.
Derek,
The
you
factory
put-
settings.
I'm gonna throw up if you guys keep doing this.
Derek, you put your left foot in, you put your left foot out. What are we talking about?
I don't know, but I like how you had to get Derek's attention specifically to say that.
So, guys,
Derek,
guys,
remember the hokey pokey?
Hey
Oh.
Derek, you put your
Remember
right
the
foot
part
in,
where you
think
remember the part where you put when you turn it all around? That's what it's all about, baby.
Hey,
It's what it's
What
about.
it's all about. Let's stay.
So,
Let's stay in our lane here.
Oh,
so to speak.
yeah.
Let's stay in our lane. Talk about
I'm
Stuntman
staying
Mike.
in lane, Stuntman Mike. So I'm giving the trailer like a 6.
I'm gonna give it a 4.
No, you forgot about the booties though. There was some girls that were
No,
cute.
you see,
Charlie,
that
you
doesn't
forgot.
Charlie, you put your right foot in and then you take your right foot out.
And then you, well, that girl, I don't know if she was doing the hokey pokey or what, but she was shaking it, and I was in on it the whole time.
We're like the free jazz of podcasts now.
Yeah, we're really freewheeling here.
Ornette Coleman.
So Charlie, Derek, baby, what would you give
I'm gonna
the score?
for this episode. I'm implementing a special rating system. I'm going to rate them not 1 through 10, but out of cars, and I'm gonna give this one a 2018 Honda Civic. It's dependable. It's safe.
That's
it's
a
okay.
6.5.
It's okay.
That's-
yeah, it's got the JD
That's not a
Power and
6.5.
Associates Award for its sleek design and dependability.
You
but,
want like a dark gray 2009
And it's kinda
Honda
sexy.
Accord. That's like a 6.5. or a
honestly,
7.
any car can be sexy if I'm in it. That's. I just want you guys to know that.
I've definitely seen bumper stickers that say that.
Yeah, man. So, what do you think the Rotten Tomato score got?
No, I want to justify my 4, please. 'cause
Justify your 4, but don't be a whore. That should be a
I'm
saying.
gonna beep that out
Why?
because I have what do you call it when someone's gonna die and you get to decide,
What?
that
Yeah.
kind of thing.
So,
I have power
Why?
of attorney.
Why are you giving this movie a 4?
I have power of attorney and I can bleep whatever I want. I'm
Why-
giving this a 4 because I didn't know what it was about until at least halfway through when they had the voiceover guy say it. It was like it made no sense until he was like, if he sees a girl he likes, he's gonna kill him. And then I was
No.
like,
He said if he likes the way they shake it, he's gonna kill them.
yeah. But up until then, I was like, I didn't get it.
You basically that's the whole movie. That's it. This is
Yeah.
my least
I-
favorite Tarantino movie. I think it's
Quintino.
really
It's
boring.
funny, but there was the most Quentin Tarantitties out of all the Titty movies.
Yeah,
What?
well, it's a good like the whole point of
It definitely
Grindhouse was
yeah.
to make those cheap '70s thrill movies that you go.
It
and
looked
do a
like
double
very
feature
Quentin
for.
Tarantino because it was
Yeah.
like driving, stunts, and murder.
Well, the point that that was
Murder.
That's the point. It's bubblegum. It's pulp.
Yeah.
The
But
zombie
the
movie
thing
was
is,
better.
So
I'm not.
So
I don't
what
have
would
a.
you
I don't
boys-
have a problem with that being the concept behind the movie. I just thought as a trailer, it made no sense until they explained it, and they explained it like way too late in the game.
You know what? I'm gonna. Your justification makes me want to make it a 5 now, even though there was some pretty
I
fun
thought
stuff.
you gave it a 5.
I did give it a 5. All right, let's go to the Rotten Tomato game. Charlie, as you know, has been trusting his gut lately, and his scoring has been better. But Derek came back last week, so I'm really excited to see how the boys pan out this time on the Tomato Game of the Week.
Derek came back last week in a battle of just non-movie guessing where it was all nonsense.
So the thing is that Derek, he has a soft melodical way of playing the game where he does short intermediate reviews, while Charlie, on the other hand, he has the big long game where he really has this gutty gut Hail Mary attitude. Back to you,
That's
Derek,
right.
with the review.
I'm gonna say this has like 69.
73.
Ooh-wee. I love that Derek went with 69 because Charlie's normally the 69 guy.
The 69
but-
never wins.
But Derek did
I
the
say
69 and he won. It was a 64. I'm so proud. This what a turn of events here on the Tomato Game.
That sucks, man. You beat me at my own game. I've never won with a 69.
Sherrod, you are. Leave you in the dust in my car.
Is that a movie? Is that a song?
I don't know, but before we go to Babyface Ebert, will you
He wouldn't
quickly?
even answer.
I'm gonna quickly say a few things to you boys that I need to tell you about.
Let us pray.
And those things that I need to tell you about is a casting what if, which we haven't done in a while. But listen to these.
Yeah, because last week, what were we going to do? What if they had Ratatingo instead of Ratatoing?
Oh, so listen to these casting what ifs, boys and girls. We got Mickey Rourke, Sylvester Stallone, John Travolta, William Dafoe, John Malkovich, and Bruce Willis, who all auditioned for this role.
Classic. That makes sense.
I would like Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, with an eye patch.
Yeah, like what's it from the hotel movie, from the Budapest Hotel.
Hotel Rwanda.
He's a badass in Budapest Hotel. He kills.
Oh yeah,
cut-
and he had an eye patch.
He cuts off Jeff Goldblum's fingers with a door.
Jeff Goldblum finger.
Oh, Jeff Goldblum finger. That's the name of the girl I lost my virginity to.
No, that's the new. That was I was making a
James Bond
joke.
reference. Yeah. I didn't lost my virginity to James Bond too. I don't know what
What
I'm
are
saying.
you trying to do?
I
He
don't
was
know.
trying
What are
to
you
start
trying-
back up the thing that he was trying to start it up where we all say a bunch of nonsense.
Yeah.
Out
Usually-
in the street doing his own nonsense
Usually,
by
if it's
himself.
a swing and a miss, I could tell what Joey was going for. But this time, I'm like, what?
No, it was just a bad one. I actually so even though Kurt Russell did amazing in this movie, I kind of out of all the casting what ifs, I think Bruce Willis is my favorite one because this movie is a kind of cliche over the top, and Bruce Willis his last few movies I feel like are cliche over the top. So why not get the cliche over the top guy for the cliche over the top movie, right?
I don't think he hasn't really been acting for like 20 years. Maybe 90s Bruce Willis maybe would try, but he doesn't try anymore.
And that's why I think it would have been funny to have him not try in this.
At
not
least
try
Kurt
movie.
Russell looked excited to kill those spicy honeys.
Yeah, and I don't think Joey, I think you're wrong. I think that the only way to pull this kind of movie off that's like cheesy like this is to go full commitment, which is why that would be bad.
Well, if you guys ever come to the Joey Cinema, the one in my brain, it's just every movie replace the lead with Bruce Willis.
I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that.
It's all Bruce Willis and Selma Hayek, or whichever one of those is your favorite.
Selma
Bruce
Hayek,
Hayek. It's Bruce
yeah,
Willis
yeah,
with
yeah.
the body of Selma Hayek.
God,
He's like, "Hi, Joey."
didn't Jeffrey Epstein have that painting in his house?
Sounds about right.
So, guys,
Except, that painting, but it was like 20 to 30 years younger.
Hi,
so
Joey.
I want to tell you about how this movie got conceived. Sean Penn was drinking with Tarantino, and I guess like Sean Penn was talking about a Volvo that he had. Weird thing. And then Tarantino was like, I want to buy your Volvo from you. And Sean Penn was like, if you add another $5,000, I can make it death proof. It was just a dumb thing Sean Penn said as a drunken idiot. But Tarantino fell in love with that word and then made this movie because of it.
Damn.
Man, that means that he should be getting sued right about now by Sean Penn.
Yeah,
That
breaking
intellectual property.
on Trailer Trashing, the podcast that got Sean Penn sued. That got Tarantino sued by
You don't
Sean
want to.
Penn.
You don't want to say anything around Quentin Tarantino, or else he'll make it into a movie.
Oh yeah, I remember I told him.
I hate when that happens.
I remember I told him to kill a guy named Bill. Next thing I knew, he made fucking 2 movies about it.
It
was
took 2
ridiculous.
movies to kill him too.
2 movies. That's more than 1 movie.
Should we do the Roger
Let's do
Ebert?
let's do the Ebert review. I
He
want to know
gave
what
it a 2.5 stars, which, as we know, since we've been deciphering the code for like 30 or so, this is like episode 29.
it's a whole lot of nothing.
No, we know the code now. 2.5 means that it's like kind of like
no one cares.
Yeah, it's kind of like a wash. It's not a film to remember. Whereas like a half a star, 1 star, 0 stars are all like god awful, and then like an average movie that is like fine to watch would be like a 3.5 star, and a really good to amazing to just like pretty good movie is a
Pretty
perfect score.
good. Yeah, 4. Yeah.
So that's the way that it works. And here, here is the last 1 to 2 paragraphs.
We're still learning how to count here on Trailer Trash.
I'm just yeah, okay. After failing in theaters as a double bill, Grindhouse was split by the Weinsteins into 2 shorter films. This is before they were doing bad stuff.
Allegedly.
After failing in theaters as a double bill, Grindhouse was split by the Weinsteins into 2 shorter films. The Tarantino then lengthened by the director. Wait, the Tarantino then what?
The
Tarantino,
then linked
come
it by
on.
the director, played at Cannes, where Harvey Weinstein admitted, at a press conference that for daring to release the combined films at a running time for 3 hours, he received a quote-unquote public spanking. Oh no. This
paragraph did not age well.
has aged like milk in a car. Now that might have made a movie.
Oh, cold cuts on a table.
I'm glad.
But what do you mean by the
because Grindhouse is a double feature, and Tarantino directed the second one, which is Death Proof.
This one.
Planet Terror is the Rodriguez one, which is a lot more fun and does have
so when
Bruce
he says
Willis.
the Tarantino,
Bruce
he's
Willis'
not
nuts
talking
melt
about
off.
Bruce Willis's nuts melt off in every
In
movie.
Planet Terror, well, it shows it.
I thought he was referring to Quentin Tarantino as the Tarantino. Like,
The
I thought he was
Tarantino.
I thought he was saying Quentin Tarantino then lengthened his own movie. I didn't understand it. Okay.
God,
anyway.
we're not amazing at podcasting. We're not amazing at trailer reviewing. But you
Speak
know what,
for yourself.
But you know what we are incredible at? We're incredible
Having
at
a Patreon.
Speak
No,
for
no.
yourself. I'm fucking clutching.
Charlie, stop.
Yeah, Charlie.
Charlie, we don't have good chemistry, and we'll never finish each other's sentences. So stop trying to finish my sentences.
I was just trying every time now that you do one of those like pauses to get filled in. I'm never sure if it's the real thing or you want to talk about the Patreon
no,
because
this
of
is
that
not
time
This is not about a Patreon. This is about me saying something funny about you. Let me try it again.
Okay, but just so you
Derek,
know, we have one of those. Pay us $1. Okay.
Derek, can you give me the rewind voice? Okay, so we may not be the best podcasters, we may not be the best trailer reviewers, but you know what we are great at? Fucking up the grammar of Roger Ebert's last paragraph. We do it every episode, and Charlie, slow down, take a breath, and really take it in before you read.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mess it up every episode.
Every episode, pretty much. So, so I guess that concludes our discussion for Death Proof. This next movie is the hardest movie we've ever done to find the trailer of. There's only one trailer out there, and I'm pretty sure it's an Argentinian, which I don't know if that's a language. Is that a language? Do they
No.
They don't. They speak Italian
Spanish.
or Spanish. They speak Spanish in Argentina. That's right. We're spending too much time on the intricacies of the Argentinian language. Let's
Spanish.
It is Spanish.
let me introduce the movie trailer. We're watching Crash Course, a TV movie with Melissa Milano's Sweet Rack from 1988, and let's go into it. Let's roll that bean footage.
me now, you gotta keep for the seats and take a hike. If you're teasing foxy ladies, wait in line. He's the cat's no job, just keeps the fire alive. Yes! Hey guys, it's summertime, isn't it? Beach time!
That's not Chad.
Oh. So, you still think this was a lousy idea?
Did I hit us?
You guys, I'm impaled by throws. I can't. No! Oh my God!
Now
Wait,
listen
Wow,
to what I
have
gotta
no
say.
idea what that's about.
What happens is it's a TV movie about students over the summer doing driver's ed, and it tries to do Breakfast Club and Ferris Bueller all at once, and it's not very good.
Breakfast Bueller's Day Off.
Breakfast Bueller's Day Club.
Yeah, I had breakfast at Tiffany's and a club for Ferris once.
No one said breakfast at Tiffany's.
And
That's a
I
whole
said,
different-
what about breakfast at Tiffany's?
That song's so sad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
but it's a good song, though.
It's a
Said
good song.
we have nothing in common.
Boys,
Sorry.
Boys,
we're on a crash course.
The pizza rolls are in the oven.
Driver's Ed was a good time. I really enjoyed Driver's Ed.
Well, you guys took it
that's the
too?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
of
I
course.
smoked weed for the first time at Driver's Ed. It was pretty sick.
I had driving school with a guy named Tom who was so scary and would yell. literally, yeah, he'd be like, "Stop sign, step on your brakes." Go to step on brakes. He goes, "Don't slam on them!" And he'd yell at me.
He was your instructor.
Yeah, but
Oh.
like this guy's famous in my town. Like he was everyone's instructor.
Famous Tom.
And-
Driver
yeah,
Tom.
like everyone in Greenwich had driving school with Tom, and we were all
I
afraid
actually-
of him.
I went really kind of nuts. I had Driver's Ed that was like where, like, you learn how to take the test. Like you had to learn all the rules. And
Yeah,
then
that's
I
what
had,
driver's ed is, dog.
Yeah, but then I had like the driving school. Like we didn't drive any cars in Driver's Ed. Like you're talking about
Yeah.
Driver's Ed.
Oh,
and
I had
you
to
drove a
take.
car.
I had
Oh.
to take both. There was a
Yeah,
horrible, boring 2-week desk like in classroom.
Yeah,
thing
yeah, that's
where
what I'm talking about.
the football coach just sighed and played us videos.
Yeah,
Um,
and then I smoked weed for the first time.
we had
So
there was one
So I was
day that
finally
was
cool.
about safety, and we just watched the worst, horrible, grossest accidents. We were watching like the history of the seat belt, and they were showing like old Soviet tests. I haven't been able to find since, but they realized, the reason they realized that you have to have the shoulder strap too is because it was like breaking people in half, and they were
you're gonna lose your torso.
with just the belt. And so we saw videos of like Soviets experimenting with like live pigs. So we watched these live pigs be strapped in the car clueless and then just get bifurcated.
Wait, your driver's ed had more pigs than Mel Gibson had in Thunderdome.
Cleft in twain, if you will.
I actually went nuts though. Like I had the driving class where you got to drive, and I hated I had to switch driving instructors because I also had a scary guy, but I'm like an insane person. So instead of being scared of the guy, I don't know why I do these things. I was antagonizing him, and we were driving, and I was in the driver's seat, and it was raining, and I started like flooring it in like a 30, 25 mile an hour zone. I I was going like really, really fast.
Go
with
on.
The driving instructor, who is this fucking like decrepit like dude who had like he I don't know, he was like a fucking
Collect yourself, take a breath.
he was a poster boy for like psoriasis or something. He was like he was like flaking all over me, and he was like
Wait a second. What was he doing with the psoriasis stick all over you?
No, he was just like a mean and old guy.
Oh,
who
you
was
said
also
psoriasis.
gross.
I was thinking of Cialis. I'm so sorry. When I would picture everything you said, but I pictured Cialis. Such a different image.
He was the poster child for Cialis, just walking around fully torqued all day, proudly, a huge tent pole.
I kind of like the poster boy of Cialis more, because that guy's happy and probably
teacher's driver's ed.
He
He's like,
teaches
I'm
driver's ed.
Professor Stickshift.
Yo, and this is a reminder to all you boys and girls out there. If you have a boner longer than 8 hours, please call Derek at trailertrashing.com.
Call
They'll
me at
take care of it.
trailertrashing.com. I will answer. I will tell you. I will talk you out of your boner.
Derek over the years has talked me out a lot of erections.
Dulcet tones of my voice.
Wow. Okay.
So,
How about that trailer? Am I right?
So that trailer, it was funny. It was actually, I'm giving it a 7 because it was actually funny. Like it made me laugh like 3 or 4 times. This guy, he fell on his dick. A dog almost ate his
Harvey
dick.
Korman. Dude's a legend.
Yeah. He's in Bayside High. He's a legend.
Every movie that's like, we got a stinker. We need someone funny, and they'll
Wait,
be
can
like,
we
let's
read
get
the
Harvey
only
Korman.
comment?
Hold
on a second. I just scrolled down. Look, I'm gonna read you guys the only comment on this trailer.
Read it.
Sonrise says, "So stupid. 80s sucks."
I like that because the trailer has 6 thumbs up and 1 thumbs down, and I think I know who did the thumbs down. Sonrise.
So stupid. 80s sucks.
So stupid. 80s sucks. Well, how did I get here?
I want you guys to know, I just thumbs up that comment.
hate this.
If you guys look,
How you two brought me back to the 80s, and I said I would never go back.
if you guys look and now if you refresh, there's one more like on that comment than there was before, and
that's
was
you.
me.
I was wondering who that was. Yeah, he said that 2 years ago, and now he's getting a notification that someone liked this. Finally, thank you. 80s sucks.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I hated the 80s.
The ending scene of this is on YouTube. We probably won't have time in this podcast, but I highly recommend it. Ends in a rap and credit sequence.
I
highly recommend that.
So guys, speaking of highly and high knees, let's get to that tomato game that we all love so much.
Except
As I
for that-
recap,
Well, I didn't get to rate the trailer.
really?
Yeah,
Oh,
dick
I
nut.
give it like a 7.
I think Joey, you were the only one who rated the trailer.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
Derek,
rated it,
would
so
you
let's move
storm
on.
off?
I got
And
cold
that's-
cuts to eat here.
I got cold cuts to eat. All right, so give me your rating, you sandbag son of a bitch.
Did Derek, what'd you rate it?
I give this a 1981 Soviet Lada. It's janky. It's unpredictable. It's a lot of fun for chaotic reasons. It's probably not as dependable as your babushka's donkey, but it'll be an experience every time. It'll probably fall apart.
Do not talk
You'll have a
about
great
my
time.
donkeys, Bahushka.
So I give it a
I'm gonna
Soviet
give
car,
this-
but in the best way.
So that's an 8 then. You gave it an 8.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it another 4 because it's
Oh,
equal.
cry me a
it's-
river.
It's an. I'm not. I will not. I will not give you the river
I
in
refuse.
Crimea. Speaking of Russia, the river in Crimea.
I give it a 4 because So Stupid 80s sucks.
So stupid. 80s
I
suck.
just give it a 4
I'm
for the
out of
same
here.
reason the last one got a 4 because it like didn't make no sense and it was that was just about it. It didn't make no sense.
It makes no sense.
Moving on.
Wait a second. I just realized the review I gave us is not for this movie.
What?
The review I found us is actually not for this movie.
Oh, parents need to know that Crash Course is a YouTube channel with educational videos for teens and adults.
Featuring Harvey Korman.
We may
And
not.
the 80s sucks. So stupid.
We may not have a review for this. Should I get us the Amazon reviews?
I think Sonrise gave us all the reviews we needed.
That's right.
His forward review.
What parents need to know from Sonrise.
So stupid 80s sucks. They didn't have any cheese crust in their pizza yet. It was lame.
So this movie is on Amazon. I'll read this.
Yeah.
It's for $0.00. It's worth every penny. Spelled PENNIE. 3 stars out of 5 stars. It's 4 a.m. and I couldn't sleep. It was the best movie ever, but at least I got to see. Oh, it wasn't the best movie ever, but at least I got to see a movie starring Jackie. She looks well and was funny. There should have been more Jackie in it. It is a teen flick. The guy who is the main guy is cute, but I'm sure that's supposed to say
is cute.
Cute.
He looks 22 to 24. He's fine. LOL.
Well,
there
I
needs
was
to
doing
be
a
a
fine
DVD
job.
or
You don't need
VHS,
to-
and I can add it to my collection. We be driving. That's the song, and that's the end of the movie.
Yeah,
I
it's
do
so
not
good. We Be Driving is
appreciate-
awesome. I love that song. We Be Driving.
Yeah.
You stole it from me. You just scooped it out of my mouth.
No offense, because you tried saying you don't mess up every time, and you just messed up in that
I
one.
didn't.
And
I
you
didn't.
did. You did the whole wasn't, kick-a-boo, figure it out, learn how to read, get on phonics, get hooked on phonics.
Yeah, I quit.
Yeah. Oh, you can't quit because you're fired. No, please come back. We need you.
Yeah, well, don't ever do that again.
Oh,
I'm the guy who reads.
Yeah, well, I'm the guy who tells you you're bad at reading.
I'm the guy who reads.
I'm Shelley
I hope
Duvall.
your cold cuts are spoiled.
All right, let's introduce the movie trailer we're gonna watch because of you.
Oh, also, this is a bummer, but we've been saying this all day, and I have to tell you that yesterday or the day before, the dog from the Beans commercial died.
Oh no!
The Bean footage
I don't
commercials.
think we ever mentioned.
Wait,
I don't think we never mentioned on the podcast what that was a reference to.
How did you find that out, Derek? And why
It popped up on my Twitter.
all right, we
Beans
gotta do a
dog
lot
dead.
of-
Nation mourns.
we gotta do a memorial or something for that
Pour
dog.
out a can of beans for the homie.
That dog taught me how to feel for the first
Taught
time.
me how to whistleblow secrets from my bean company.
He did do that for you. I know he
Did
did
that
for
a
you.
lot.
Should we get on this next one?
licked
We're
the
running out of
beans
time.
off my
Derek's
Yeah.
busy.
What's the movie trailer, Charlie? Charlie, what is the movie trailer we're watching? I need to know. I have no idea.
Herbie, fully loaded. Roll it.
There is a legend with mysterious powers and a magical past. And when a family's in trouble,
I'm totally fine. I guess that means he's not totally fine.
the one person who needs him most
I didn't know that you took out another mortgage on the house.
is about to unlock his secret.
Please take care of Herbie. Whatever your problem, he'll help you find the answer. Great fortune cookie on wheels. What's going on?
Herbie's magic will be unleashed on the world.
It's got more horsepower than I expected.
He's stronger.
I'm gonna wipe that bug off my windshield!
That's harsh.
He's faster.
Let's race.
Come on, Herbie. Wow.
He's Herbier.
Come, my lady, come, my lady, you're my butterfly.
Herbie. She's too young for you.
And it's all good under the hood.
This car just winked at me. You feeling okay?
From Walt Disney Pictures to save her family.
You're not getting behind the wheel of that car.
Dad, I'm a Peyton. Racing is in my blood.
Two unlikely partners
Ready to do this thing?
are gonna make the whole world believe. Lindsay Lohan,
It's like we're connected or something.
Herbie is a car.
with Matt Dillon
Let's see what makes you tick. Who's laughing now? There's nothing ordinary about this bug.
and Michael Keaton.
All right, Maggie, I want your gas.
And Introducing the tricked out, revved up, and all new Herbie.
That car is alive! It's mocking me! Look! It's doing it again!
Herbie, fully loaded.
Yo,
Boom.
that
How'd you
was
like that piece of
fully
garbage?
loaded Herbie-filled nachos with Lindsay Lohan. And they didn't mention Justin Long, who was in the most. I feel like he was in more frames than Michael Keaton and Matt Dillon combined.
Yeah. Well, you got a personal gripe with this. I don't.
He might have not
really
been
no
a name
problems.
yet. The PC commercials didn't come out, or the Mac commercials.
Yeah.
This is
I know.
2005. This is a rated
then,
G
yeah, they
movie.
definitely
for
By the way,
2005.
By the way, this movie came out in 2005. Lindsay Lohan was like 19 when this came out, so I'm gonna refrain from saying anything about the way I feel about Lindsay Lohan.
19 is legal. I don't know. You said something about a 13-year-old once on this podcast.
Yeah, do we need to go full lifeguard now? Here's the rest of the podcast now.
All right. I'll just say what I want to say, and then you guys can judge me, make fun of me later. Lindsay Lohan, since I was a little kid, has been one of my biggest crushes, and every time I see her,
one of the thousands.
My heart melts every time I think or see Lindsay Lohan. So I'm like blushing right now. If you can't see my face right now, I'm blushing.
I need to cool down my face.
Someone
get me the cold cuts.
Give
My
me the
face-
cold
No,
cuts.
they're still,
Put the cold cuts
they're
on my
still
face.
they're room temperature. No, I'm so horny. The meat.
Yeah.
So I saw this in theaters with my mom and my sister, and then my mom proceeded to buy the box set of all of the Herbie movies. They've been making one a decade since the 60s. They made one in the 60s, two in the 70s, one in the 80s, one in the 90s, and then this one in 2005. And it begs the question, why? Why did they do that? They stopped for the last one decade. But that's so many movies. That is a lot of movies. And think about it. Have you ever heard of this movie?
No.
What I don't know what to call it. Movie Dynasty.
I thought Herbie Fully Loaded was the only Herbie ever. I don't know anything about Herbie.
It's crazy. The first movie was Love Bug in the 60s, and that I guess it's some sort of somewhat classic 60s movie. By somewhat I mean to some
I got
people.
bit by a love bug the second I saw Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah, she was in the one in the 60s. How about that? But isn't that kind of strange?
It's kind of strange. I don't have a lot to say about it, but it definitely is a thing that happened.
Well, I think around this time, in the early 2000s, Disney was trying to reboot all these old 1960s live action stuff they did that were beloved at the time, but just
right.
Didn't
But you
really
think
work.
about it like that. Yeah, that is something that they did. But what about in how they were rebooting this every 10 years? It's crazy.
It's probably one of those movies that also sell, you see toy sales go up.
So remember you said I had a personal gripe about the Justin Long thing?
No.
You have a personal gripe about the decade thing, Charlie.
I said that. I said that you had a personal
And Charlie, I'm kind of over it. The whole decade
Long
thing.
should do a movie with Martin
I don't have
Short.
a problem with it. I don't have a problem with I don't have a problem with them remaking this movie. I just think that it's interesting and weird that they would remake a movie so many times that is seemingly kind of like
a C movie, like a B
it's like
movie?
a nothing movie. It's they've been remaking this 6 times over the last 50 years.
There you go again with the keeps talking about the 6 times in 50 years.
Well, they keep
All
trying
right,
to
I
do
won't
that
talk
also
about it.
with Fantastic Four, but it's never good. It's just one of those that gets stuck in weird limbo with no good writers ever.
Yeah. Charlie, you should make the next crossover Fantastic Four Herbie movie.
Herbie, loaded fully. Herbie's fully loaded nachos.
At Chobe's next week.
Chobe's. We loaded a
So,
car up with nachos. Why?
Can you just
check it out?
So I'm gonna give this trailer a 4. It didn't get the Joey 5 today.
Yeah, I mean, I think these are all trailers that are in the 4 range. These are all trailers in the 4 range. This is a 4 out of 10 movie genre.
Give this a 1963 Volkswagen Beetle.
Which is also a 4.
You see one down the street and you're like, who cares?
Who cares?
Get out of here, Volkswagen.
I'm jaded. I'm jaded by the whole punch buggy.
Did you know that
affair.
the Volkswagen company makes cars and ketchup?
What
They
about
make
Nazi
ketchup.
propaganda?
Is that true?
I learned that in Hamburg. My friend said, "Oh, there's the factory. They invented curry ketchup." I don't know if you can get it here, but the people working in the factory, they had this curry powder and ketchup, and they were making this really awesome curry ketchup, and so that's why they are a combination car and condiment company.
Nice, a condiment.
So I got some fun
Love me
facts
some
before we do the
currywurst.
before we do the tomato game. I got some fun facts for you
Are they more
gals and
fun
guys.
than the ketchup fact?
No,
Probably not.
Derek,
Probably
that's the
not.
funnest fact. That's the funnest fact I've heard all
It's
week.
so fun. I gotta get
Derek,
another pair of
you-
socks because mine got knocked off. By my
You
own-
knocked off all of us.
I socked your knocks off.
But this is a fun fact that I feel like we can all appreciate. For the premiere of this movie, anyone who came in with the name Herbie got in for free.
That's dumb.
Wow.
I thought it was
Look at
kind of
that.
fun.
Do you have to prove it?
Probably.
They're all probably 80 years old because no one's named Herbert anymore.
And they've seen all 7 of these.
Yeah. My name's Herbert. I'm here to see that little slut in that car for free.
You know what? I think I'm done with my fun fact because that was the most fun fact. If that was the most fun fact, Derek's not gonna like the
I'm
rest.
here to see that little slut in that car.
That's
Slut
Joey
car.
about every movie he's ever seen in this genre, at least.
What do you mean? Get out of here! I have standards. I don't. I don't.
No, you don't. All right, so are we doing the tomato game? Because I was
Yeah.
about to read the Roger Ebert, and I
No, we gotta do the tomato game. Come on. This
I
is
know.
wait. Who won the last time?
Me.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
the last time we didn't even have one. For
I
the
won
last
the last
we
tomato
didn't-
game.
Wait. We didn't do the tomato game for the other movie.
No, because how would we do that? And
There was a tomato game.
Oh well, whoops.
Wait, let me get it back up. Holy crap! I'm freaking out.
We can't go.
No.
back.
We have to go back. What do you guys think Crash Course got?
We're putting it in reverse.
I guess I go first. Probably like a 25.
Derek, count it, please.
51.
Wow, Derek's once again. Yes, there's a 55.
I'm a golden god.
Charlie, you're not using your gut. I can tell.
Red hot tomatoes.
All right, now let's do back-to-back tomato games. Now we're doing Herbie fully loaded.
Derek, you go first.
58.
Charlie?
45.
Charlie wins, but there was a pity win because Derek already won the first 2. Thanks for playing, and you know what you get for playing?
The J.D.
A whole
Power
lot
and
of
Associates
You
Award.
gotta say what it got. What did it get?
It got a 40. 40.
It got a 40. How do you not know it? I didn't even say it.
Yeah, how do you not know it? Everyone knows when it comes to Lindsay Lohan and 40 ounce of beer, Rotten Tomato gives it a cold 45-40.
Well, that was a load of nonsense brought to you by Joey Rinaldi.
And if you want nonsense, come down to Joey's garage full of nonsense. We're selling everything from yik-yaks to knickknacks.
All right, so it got 2 stars on Roger Ebert because, like I said, this is all kind of within the same range of kind of not so great. So that makes this this actually did better than this did a half a star worse than the first one, which is called something or other with that guy.
Death Proof.
Yeah.
Yeah, Herbie didn't kill any honeys.
Yeah.
Only their hearts.
So
and my heart for sure.
Here is the last paragraph.
Read
Or
it.
Maybe the second to last
And
paragraph.
don't mess it up.
Don't fuck this up.
Don't
Don't
fuck
mess
this
it up.
up.
Don't mess it up.
But
Okay.
read it. You have to read it though. But don't mess it up.
Never mind. The real story is Herbie's intelligence. The car seems to be self-aware and able to make decisions on its own, and able to communicate with Maggie on an emotional level, and sometimes with pantomime or by example. Why then is everyone, including Lohan, so fixated on how fast the car can go? The car could be up on blocks and just be astonishing. It goes to show you how we in the press so often miss the big stories that are right under our noses. There is a famous journalistic legend about the time a young reporter covered the Johnstown flood in 1889. The kid wrote, God sat on a hillside overlooking Johnstown today and looked at the destruction he had wrought. His editor cabled back, forget the flood, interview God. Wow.
God
Whoa.
sat in his shower and cupped the water in his hands and made little splooshies on the wall that was Johnstown.
This is a strange...
No, but he's right. He's saying like, are we insane? The car is alive and it feels and it can get horny. Well, it can go by itself. Are you mad?
So how do we feel about Ebert and his crazy, wacky, wonky review?
It's just like when he reviewed the Indian in the Cupboard, where he's like, we have so much to unpack about this horrible reality these toys have.
I think he likes to have fun with these shitty children's movies.
Yeah.
Well, because they're lucky that Ebert gives them the time of day, but then he takes it a step further and really takes it to a level that I wasn't ready
don't
for.
know how lucky they are. I think his whole thing is that he reviews all the movies, right? I mean, he reviews pretty much everything. So
he didn't review your movie, Charlie. Yeah, I said it. I'm coming at you right now. Yeah, what are you gonna do about it? Oh, yeah. You always have to bring that up.
R.I.P. Duke Beansdog.
So, I really liked. I had fun with today's episode. Sure, I'm not a good driver. Sure, I've been a professional driver for Charlie's movie. Sure, I know my way around a car, but I'm not really a driving movie guy. So I'm glad that even though it's not my favorite genre, we were able to have fun with these movies.
Yeah, it's a really because we did road movies, which is like the able-bodied older brother of this genre.
Those are not exclusive to driving. Like Shrek is a road movie.
Yeah, there's no cars in Shrek, but there is a whole lot of green people.
This is the genre where it's like,
I'm Joey Racist.
Don't wear it
up. You're racist when you haven't had your cold cuts. Vermont cold cuts.
So, do you have any last thoughts on the driving movie genre?
Yeah, the driving movie genre is pretty much like how fast can this wacky car go, but in different applications.
And I think that concludes us for today's driving movie episode. What did we learn? We learned a lot. We learned that if Kurt Russell likes the way you shake it, he will kill you. We also learned that if you make a really shitty movie, cast that fat guy from Crash Course because he makes shitty movies slightly funny. And we also learned that Lindsay Lohan is forever going to be the love of Joey Rinaldi's life.
And that the 80s sucked.
And that the 80s fucking sucked. I was Joey Rinaldi. That was Charlie Weinching and Derek Blythe. We'll be back the same time next week with more movie trailers to watch. If you like what you heard, go on Instagram, give us a like or follow. Go on the podcast app, throw us 5-star, give us a review. Tell them that Joey sent you. I don't know. I love when people say stuff like that. And that is all for today. We'll be back next time, Knuckleheads. Bye.